right, so you begin to head in. Um, in the beginning, like you cut through a little bit following the trail. It's immediately warmer, strangely, within the canopy. Like it's you would think it would be cooler because of the sun, but it's a little bit stifling as you kind of like get in there. You start like cutting through. I'll have you do an initial survival check to just make sure you can, after she traveled in and it started to like overgrow, like it gets harder to see footprints and you need to check.
This is for everybody?
Whoever's leading. And if anyone's helping.
I was going to say that was probably me.
I'm helping.
All right, cool. So are we doing this each, or is one person doing this with advantage?
It depends on what you want to do. Either somebody rolls with advantage or you both roll.
I say we both roll because I'm not comfortable enough with you yet.
Totally good.
I'm doing this in heels like Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World, by the way. Yeesh, 6.
13.
Okay.
It's the heels.
Worn flats.
So
she ran all through that movie in heels. Actually did all that shit. I'm still amazed to this day.
So you cut your way through, and almost immediately you have trouble, like finding which direction that she went. You can see which direction. It's just that it's a lot more challenging than you were expecting. There are some similarities between like a jungle and a swamp type, but it's like you're more used to what you see in the swamplands. That said, you are able to follow along a trail. I'll have somebody roll me a D10.
New one.
You do it.
I don't know
To be honest.
I'm still trying to figure out which one's each. This one, right? Yep. Hey, I was right for once. Oh shit, that's a 2.
It's okay. On these, it doesn't always matter if it's a low or high.
I was gonna say that's not. I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Maybe it's not true.
If you roll that on a D20, you might be like.
I might want to be crying a little bit.
So you head into the brush, following Eldon's lead with Ayla close behind, saying like, "Oh, don't touch that plant," that kind of thing. It takes maybe only about 5 minutes, and then you hear like a little crackling out, and you can see the very overgrown in some parts, but then you can see like openings, and the sun is shining through. There are beautiful flowers that you haven't ever seen. I mean, you're very familiar with, but like tropical flowers that blossom around. You can hear all kinds of creatures out there making strange noises, but there's a loud crack and then everything gets quiet.
Could we tell what direction the crack came from?
It's coming from like in front of you and to the right.
Eldon's gonna slowly take his bow out, and he's gonna say, in Draconic, he's gonna call for Kass. Right, that's a girl's name. So it's Kass and Kass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just yell out. Then you hear after a second, "Oi!" And you hear crackling and everything, and then out from the jungle with like a machete like in their hand, you see a half human, half wood elf woman that comes out. She's got like short, like pixie cut type, but like very shaggy, brownish reddish hair, light skin, lots of freckles. Carrying a bunch of what look to be some kind of traps. Like they're all hooked up with rope and a machete in one hand, and comes over and is like, "Hey, what? These jungles are not that safe. What do you all very interesting."
We are looking for a little lizard child that has run off into the woods. You have not seen anything like this, yes?
No. A little lizard child.
An Aporian girl, yes.
Ah. Aporian. The festival, huh?
Yes.
The main road's just off that way.
We know we were part of it, but children, foolishness.
Yeah. No, I have not seen. I mean, I would have grabbed her if I saw her. What does she look like?
A lizard.
She's short. She's green and red scales.
Okay.
Her name is Kass.
Kass. All right. I can keep an eye out. But yeah, I've got.
We would appreciate it. There is a caravan on the road that will be there for another hour.
All right. If I see Kass, I will let her know. I'll bring her myself, but
have
I'll
you
let her know.
encountered anything that we should be aware of, danger-wise, lately around here?
No, there's no. I mean, just be careful of the, certain plants and the big corpse flowers kind of smell. I'm out here just trapping, game, but.
Does Kai believe them?
Roll an insight check.
Good golly.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, they're just kind of look like they're doing their job, and there's nothing. I mean, it's almost like they were a little bit caught off guard by the question, is there anything dangerous? Because besides the plants, there's nothing. They're the dangerous one. They're the one who knocks.
Do you know anything about something that a child might think are fairy lights?
I mean, there's the fireflies. I mean, they don't always just come out at night. People see stuff. Fairy lights? No. It could be anything, really. I mean,
That's what I told you.
It doesn't hurt to ask around.
sometimes the wine tails like to, take little rocks and shine stuff, but no. I mean, really it's the plant life she's got to be careful of, and then I've been setting up traps for like, boars and stuff. So I don't want to keep you. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for her, and if I find her, I'll bring her to the road, and if no one's there, I'll just bring her myself.
We thank you for your assistance.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks. All right, I'm gonna head this way. Just be careful. I've set up some traps that, like, there's holes. Shit. Just put a stick out or something every once in a while. But it's more this way. I don't know if you're going this way.
Walking stick.
All right.
At least these guys.
So she's
anything?
she's just gonna head out.
Or traps.
Oh.
It's just traps. So she just kind of.
Did we see what they looked like?
There's a variety of, like just regular ropes. I mean, she just kind of said in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she just shrugs a little bit and then kind of heads off back into the, cutting away stuff. She goes off.
The one thing we have not tried is calling the child's name. You there, do you speak?
Aye, I can.
Okay, start calling the name. Alright? Yes? Thank you. Good. Thank you. You as well.
Kai turns around and walks away.
Catherine too. No thanks. Sorry.
Now, if you wanted Nick's, like, in your backpack, I mean, at that point, it depends on what. Like, you could have them look around, but you'd be using their sight and everything.
I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that. I'm not calling anybody out, but I'll do that.
She looks at them, confused and disgusted, and starts calling the child's name.
Eldon too.
Iolite also starts calling.
All right. So what do you do?
I don't even know what's possible, but let's find out. All right. So I don't really understand everything yet, so be very, very kind with me, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
So in order to use my familiar, what would I do in order to...
So you have the ability to to basically like almost jump inside of their mind-ish. It should describe, so you, as long as your familiar is within 100 feet of you, so it can go out, you can communicate telepathically. You can also, as an action, see through its eyes. But when you do that, you're basically like, you're there. You're not catatonic or anything. It's just that you can't see through your own eyes. You can't hear anything. So you are deaf and blind, and you're just kind of standing there. But you can see as you're familiar. So you would
turn into Bran when you walk.
Right. So just keeping that in mind, it is likely that you'd want to say something to someone.
Yeah. Can you guys just make sure I don't die, please? Like, just make sure like nothing comes up behind me or anything while I'm doing that. Awesome. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you kind of reach out, put your hand on Kai's shoulder, stabilize, and something you're familiar with. You're familiar. Your vision just goes like, and you are much lower your view is much lower to the ground. You see Nyx is like down. Your senses are stronger. We're gonna go with also, I don't know why this isn't a thing in the like stat block for a cat, but cats can fucking see in the dark. So we're gonna do night dark vision, sorry.
Creatures.
Yeah, right. It's not in the stat block and I don't understand. Not necessarily relevant at the moment, but just for your awareness. So what do you want Nyx to do?
She's gonna have her Nyx just start walking around and kind of see if she can pick up anything, smell anything, see anything that looks like maybe prints from the child or anything. Just try to explore close around me to see if there's anything that we could possibly pick up on, maybe an article of clothing or anything we could find, and just keep looking around the area until we can see if we can find something. And
okay, I'm gonna say roll a perception or investigation, whichever one, using the cat stats, which I don't know if you have.
If you smell, you get advantage. So you're gonna go to.
And you all see Kethra just like reaches out and puts their hand on Kai's shoulder, who lets her do that. You haven't seen Kai really let anybody touch them. So she puts her hand on his shoulder, and then you see like
roll it twice.
okay.
she closes her eyes for a second, and when she opens them, they're white, just like milky white. And then you watch her cat like jump out of her backpack and start roaming around in the direction of where you have seen the prints, like, and what you have known to determine which direction.
And how much time has passed? About?
It's been like 10 minutes. 10, 12 minutes now.
17.
We have advantage.
So you get to roll it twice.
Twice and take the higher one.
17. 14 again. Sorry.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. 14 plus 3. 17.
No, 17 plus 3.
17 plus 3. 20.
There you go.
Hey.
With a 20, you see, as you're looking through Nyx's eyes, there are little signs. So, like, you're able to see and piece things together as yourself. But seeing and listening, mostly you can see the little prints, like little tiny divots that are going out, but they're very, very slight. And they continue in, I'm picturing the map in my head. They continue in like eastward direction.
Cool. They just keep following the prints, I would assume, until I can't follow them anymore. Maybe Nyx should head back to let you guys. So I head back. I can let them know from seeing through Nyx's eyes. I can't speak. Obviously.
You can speak.
I can speak. So I'm going
but
to.
But you can't hear anything that they might be saying.
So I'm just going to tell them I have found very small prints. I found small prints that could be the child's, but they're very faint. Do we want to follow that? And obviously, I can't hear you guys, so I can't hear you guys. So I'm like,
Eldon's
Kyle,
It's a rhetorical
Kyle
question.
tap her hand and start to walk towards where Nyx is going to
perfect.
lead you.
Okay. Eldon's gonna stay close to the cat.
Perfect.
Okay, how far out ahead is Nyx gonna travel?
Probably only about maybe, because like the max that she can have is about 100. How many? What is it,
100 feet, which is
It's gonna keep
pretty.
her about maybe 50 to 75 feet within range of us.
Okay, so are you going to be 50 to 75 feet ahead?
Probably 15 feet away from the cat.
Okay,
Which would put me, what, 30? No,
like 35 feet.
35 feet away, yeah.
Okay.
From the people, from the rest of the group.
All right. What's the marching order for you all, by the way? So you, I would assume.
Nick's first. Nick's then.
Well, he's following.
Nick's.
No, he's following the cat. The cat's way out ahead. Then it's Eldon, then Ayla.
Yeah, I
Because
think
you
we'd
would-
be up in the rear.
Up in the rear.
Kai is walking slowly with Kethra, so we're probably in the back.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have you roll another d10, somebody, as you continue on following.
You haven't rolled yet.
The trail.
I felt like, what is it, Invasion of the Body Snatchers? I was like, go!
10.
Nice. Well, like
Maybe.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
who knows?
As soon as I said it, I was like, wait a minute, nah. What I just said to her, it doesn't really matter.
It's like, yeah. Oh, wait.
It's just funny how we're so conditioned to low numbers mean like, oh,
Right,
fucking
yeah.
high numbers are like, yeah.
And you all fell into a boar trap.
Fell into quicksand.
Dead.
Why do they call
Roll
it
new
quicksand? Why do they call it
characters.
quicksand when you sink really slow?
Because you gotta think quick.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. So you continue on following Nyx through.
Eldon the whole time is not just going to be he's going to be looking for anything off to the side of this trail too. Like
And I'm
anything.
calling her name as we're
Okay,
walking.
kind of yelling
Yeah,
out,
me too.
Kass!
Yeah. Your traditional search.
Because it doesn't make sense. Like oh, we're in the woods looking for her, but we're not calling your name. It's like-
Okay, so you, following Nyx and yelling out Kass's name, you continue through probably another 5 minutes. So you have to hack as you go. Like, the cat is able to kind of like squeeze through things and whatever, but if they're going to stick close enough to you all, they have to wait for the hacking and the
So
slashing.
we're not on an actual trail of any kind.
There is
We're
no
just
trail,
going
no.
right through
Yeah.
this.
You can see little areas where like a small person would be able to kind of sneak through and whatever, but you being much
We're
larger.
cutting a trail.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
she made her way through. So you continue on another 5 minutes or so, sweating. Like you could start to feel like the little bugs that like hear them like and like it's not it's getting unpleasant. But as you continue in, Nyx sees it first, where there's like a break in the jungle brush, and as they come out of it, you see in front of you these ruins, stone ruins, some kind of settlement perhaps. Like it starts off small and then starts to expand. Broken walls, overrun with vines. There's a little bit of a break in the canopy, and again, like Nyx comes out and sees all of this with Eldon close behind as you hack through. And then there's just very serene, quiet. You see like little hints of animals, like as you cut through, they're like, and they, scatter. But in front of you is just this very serene and beautiful, people probably haven't seen this in who knows how long, ruin.
The us in the back. No, like, does she say something, or do we like just kind of stumble out into the clearing?
Oh, so I'm the only one that's come out with the cat so far?
They're like 70 feet
Oh,
back,
okay.
so,
Then yeah, he'll call out and say that it looks to be some old ruins or something like that. Sorry, I thought that we all came out at once.
Oh, you're fine.
Dumb.
Doing anything? You hear a yell that you've come across some ruins.
Am I familiar with old ruins at all on this island?
You do not go off the trail, so
That's ominous. Just the way
no one goes off the trail. It's not safe.
I do not know what they are talking about. Old ruins.
I mean, the island is old, and elves have been here for a long time, and came to.
Does it look elven?
Make a history check.
Nice, cool. I have a +2. I'm not like. It's because I took a skill due to something else. I had a +0, but now that I have that, I have a +2. So I'm just like, I don't know why I got so happy.
Did I just roll into a 1?
No, I don't know. That's cocked between 14 and a 20.
Yeah, I would just re-roll.
It's low on it.
That's gonna end up. That's the only problem with these.
We're gonna get
220s.
like a flat piece of wood.
Yes. It's gonna. I'll call that that's a 17 +2. I'm gonna call that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. No, Pat. Barely.
Yeah, it's slightly. I mean,
I know it's tough.
it is. It
I'm
is
gonna
a
have to
little.
Use round dice.
But I thought
Try the box cover because it's flat. It doesn't have the.
everything I rolled it on at home it worked. It worked fine. So. See, then hit the side. Alright. That's a 11. I'll take the 11 +2 for a 13.
Okay.
I rolled it on a dresser. I rolled it on the hardwood floor. I rolled it on my table.
It seems like anything with like a little bit of give. I was gonna say try it on the hard top.
That's gonna be the problem. I'm gonna have to like.
It's literally teetering in between the two.
So,
Shit.
looking at the ruins, you it could be there isn't so much an elvish flair, because the elves, when they came over from the Feywild, there's all different kinds of elves. So if you wanted to say that there's like like how the elves tend to have like a flowy kind of, not jagged edges and whatnot, perhaps, but there are some elves that do. So have more of like a geometric kind of what you would think of as dwarvish.
Dwelves.
Yeah, so it seems as though these ruins have been around long enough that they have crumbled to a point and been so overgrown, it's hard to tell what they are from. And because you're not from the island, even more so.
I'm just gonna continue to call Kass's name.
Okay.
And I'll wait for everybody else to come up.
Everyone, as you cut through, following the trail, you all emerge and see these ruins in front of you. Lots of hidey places.
This is amazing. I was not aware of this.
It's okay.
Quiet. Look for the child.
Eldon's gonna smile, turn and walk away a couple feet. Still calling the name.
All right. You can see the ruins kind of break out into, it looks like almost like there's a couple of buildings that are here.
How big are they?
Probably the size of like a single dwelling type thing. Nothing that's like a big church style thing, just like broken, like people lived here at some point, but
Are there
not
any
fancy.
fresh tracks?
You can make a survival check.
Not good with that.
Somebody didn't check, but when he's calling out her name, he's doing it in
15.
Draconic.
Okay. You do see tracks that kind of lead in between and through the homes. Are you still in your cat?
Yes.
File that under questions I never thought I'd ever
Are you
ask.
still in your cat?
I'm not gonna say it.
This child does not stop.
Are there any tracks denoting anything following besides us? Like, was she being chased?
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna have to get another D20 after this. It sucks. That's a 14. What did you say it was? What
Survival.
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
+3, 17.
Okay. You look around and You don't see any. The only tracks you see following her are yours.
Okay.
Like as you look back, you can see all of yours. You do know that you are moving slower
Yes.
with your cat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like speed of smell.
Right. Like because you can't see or hear, you're all moving slower as you go doing that.
Eldon's gonna redraw his bow again, and he's gonna start walking towards the nearest what I want to say, a settled building,
Okay.
or whatever, dwelling.
All
Are
right.
there any inscriptions on anything?
You can get closer and look.
I would like to do so.
Okay. Make a perception check as you get closer.
Are you walking with me, or are you walking to a different one?
I'm walking to a different one. I don't like you. It's 10.
His characters always are not liking me.
I don't like any of you, so it's okay.
It's
Don't
fair.
feel bad.
Mutual.
You get closer and you can see like these ruins are like almost smothered by these vines. So you can't really see the stone because the vines are like covering over it.
Can I remove some vinage?
You can. So you reach out and you push aside some of the vines to try
Here
to see.
lies Kass.
I was gonna say, don't enter dead inside. Walking dead.
As you reach out and like push some of them away and looking past, I need you to make a Constitution save.
Fuck me. Ooh, 19.
Okay.
This is Indiana Jones. Giant boulder's gonna start rolling.
Okay. So you reach out and then as you push out the vines aside, you see suddenly other vines like reach out towards you and go to wrap around you. Let's see.
I've never seen the ruins.
Does a 15 hit you?
Of course it hits me. I'm a level 1 squishy fucking thing.
I think a
You
15
take
hits everybody, right?
I think so.
I'm so used to be like, no.
You take 1 point of poison damage, and your dexterity score is reduced by 2. As you
Take that, dancer girl.
you-
Dancing with a club foot now.
you reach out and you suddenly feel like this burning sensation, and you start to uncontrollably shake. And as you're looking at these vines, make a survival check.
Get out of my way. Hey, 12.
Yeah, you are not familiar with what this is. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, here it
As-
comes!
Vines suddenly
They're
all
all
around,
gonna die!
all around as you are in this,
Oh, fuck me.
as you are in this.
As it's happening,
Covered.
can Kai just like quickly like shake Kethra to try
Out
and
of my cat.
yeah.
Out of my cat.
Yes, I will say that
Thank
you
you.
can shake. I'm actually gonna have you make an insight check though, so that you can try to see if you know what he's trying to say.
And then you're gonna go to your skills, so the will, and then add your insight, whatever the plus is next to insight.
Where is that?
Right there.
Oh, there you go. +5. So 19? 19.
All right. So you get you feel yourself being shaken, like all of a sudden, and blink, and disconnect from Nyx. And as you see these vines that are just suddenly moving very slowly, but faster than plants should move.
Yes.
And they are coming at everybody. So
Do is you're gonna
gonna go with.
It's kind of yellow. I go.
I don't know what this is. Defend yourselves.
All right. Let me.
What'd you get?
Let me see.
Don't say that.
All right, 20 plus. 15 plus.
16.
18.
16.
How do we split because we both have the same decks?
Rollies.
Rollies. So just roll and whoever rolls higher goes first.
Did you say 18?
Ha! Itch.
All right, what did you both get?
11.
4.
All right.
I have no idea what to do. I wish I didn't have a high initiative this time.
You're going first.
I know, I'm not used to that. As ARG, I had the highest I think I ever had was a +2. I'm starting with a +3.
So you see the vines beginning like on the entire, like all around you. The ruins are covered in this these thick vines that have these fronds that just like kind of stick out from them. These like dry tubular strands that stick out, and they kind of like are moving the vines in your direction. What are you doing, Eldon?
Drawing. You said fronds. Are they like?
They're like these tubular kind of the plant.
But are they like fronds, or are they like like more solid things, like more like a pod? Does it look like it could take an arrow, or does it just look like a leaf that would just through it?
It would likely go through. It's a plant. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I'm roughly how far? I don't know how. I went to one dwelling, and she went.
I would say you're probably she went nowhere close to you. Probably like 20 feet away.
All right. Then.
But the vines are coming at you as well. You
Oh.
are all in the midst of this.
Oh, I thought it was just on top of like the one building.
Oh no, it's the entire thing is covered in vines.
Oh shit.
So we're like surrounded by vines now?
You are essentially, surrounded by vines. Like you're in the midst of this ruin and looking at all. They were just vines, so like in the moment it's just like, oh, vine-covered ruins. But now that you're looking, like these vines are.
And how thick
everywhere.
are the vines? Are they just small? Are they big?
They are. It's less about their thickness and more about their density.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
He's gonna draw two of his short swords.
Okay.
He'll come to the nearest bunch that seems to be accosting this one,
No,
the red one.
It already poisoned me. It already poisoned me.
Yeah. And he's gonna do a little slicey dicey.
But
Okay.
I'm not grappled.
We're not grappled. Nope.
No, but let's cut up some vines. I don't know if I can do it. It's a 15 plus 5. That's a 20. Oh shit! I
That
have
hits.
other dice. I have to roll. That's a 1d6. I'm not used to rolling d6s. Ah, it's a 6. Nice. 6 plus 3 is 9 damage.
Okay.
Dude, that 6 is round.
They're all round. But it's supposed to be which one has the most little knobbies that stick up. But for some reason the black d20 didn't roll the same. And then as a bonus action, I'll hit it with the other short sword.
Okay.
The same like group. I don't know. I'm imagining them just like as like a cluster. I don't know. We'll figure it out. 9 plus 5 is 14.
So you come forward and just hack away at one big chunk, and it like falls away from the stone. You hear that like as you hit the stone with your sword. Going for the other one, you're just like off by just like a centimeter, but it just like kind of hits the stone and makes like your arm like shakes a little bit. Anything else?
He'll back off whatever remaining movement I had. We said I was 20 feet away. He'll back off like 10 feet or so.
Okay. When you do that, it is going to attack you with an attack of opportunity. That is a natural one. So it just kind of like
Well, I
reaches
thought
out.
since she said it dropped, I was like, oh sweet, nice. I forgot that it's like a whole.
Yeah, it reaches
Mass.
out like for you, like duck out of the way, and it is unable to hit you. All right. Next up is Kethra.
Alright, so I'm gonna move a little bit closer, and I was thinking of doing produce flame.
Okay.
And kind of throw the flame at if I could possibly like chuck it at it within like 30 feet of it, just see if that can burn the little fucker down.
So your produce flame, I believe you can attack. Yeah, you can hurl it. So make a spell attack, ranged spell attack.
And D8, right? Okay.
No.
You roll to attack first,
Yeah, so roll the d20, see if
and then add 5.
So add 5.
I can't see it.
It's a 4.
Oh crap, 4. 9?
Okay. You take the, like, producing the flame, and you were kind of pulled out of the cat so quickly, and then looking around, you can see, like, trying to, like, you're familiar with plants, but not necessarily ones that are, like, moving this fast.
Yes.
So you kind of let loose this fire. It goes off into... It goes off into the woods a little bit. You're like, a little bit like embarrassed, but also
Just lit
it's just
Cass
like,
on-
hey,
tried.
You just lit Cass on fire somewhere in the distance by accident.
It's alright. She's got scales. She'll be fine. Like, she'll be fine.
Anything else?
That was my only hope, and I was trying to save your ass. I was trying to help you out, but I got nothing.
Next up, we have Kai.
So about how far away is Kai from a mass of these vines?
You are all like within 15 feet, like within the ruins as you were making your way around. Like the buildings are fairly close together, no more than like 15 feet apart, and you're like.
Is anyone else near, like, within like 5 feet of the vines other than I can't remember her name already.
I don't remember
Ayla.
anybody else's name either. Other than hers. Ayla.
Is Ayla the only one still like right up next to the vines?
Is Iolite close to?
I think Iolite wouldn't have been too far behind Ayla, and I actually think, like, seeing her get her, I actually think I would probably be like right up next to you.
So
at
the
this
two
point,
of them.
So, yeah.
You said you got closer, but like 10 feet.
10 feet.
Okay, so these two are closest.
Okay, so whoever the closest is, Kai is gonna draw back with his hand, open up, and go for an Eldritch Blast. Ugh. It's a 12 to hit.
Okay. You see the energy, just like the swirling black that, from your hands, you reach out and blast. It's a tense situation, and like, you're also trying not to hit them per se, and so it just kind of like goes over. Ayla, you feel like the wind as this like dark energy shoots out and across and past your head, nearly hitting you.
¿Qué carajo es eso?
I say in my
Spanish.
Spanish, demonic or whatever the hell we're supposed to speak. That's the language now.
And it misses. You staying where you are?
Yeah, as long as I'm still a little ways away from all the vines.
Okay, when you say a little ways away, what do you mean?
Like
How far away?
15, 20 feet away.
Okay. All right. You see the vines all begin to they've been moving this whole time. One is going to attack. Ayla.
That was a lot of dice for a level 1.
Might be able to use that backup character.
You see these like the vines just reach out, and as you're the closest one, they are coming at you, and it rolled pretty well. So it is a 14.
Yep.
That is the lowest. So all 4 of them hit you.
Okay.
You take and one of them is a natural 20. You take
Did you just die on the
5 points of poison damage.
Oh no.
And
That's like gotta be like half your HP already.
and when like one of them comes in, like almost tears into you, and you can feel your whole body burning, and then you're just like locked in this shaking stun, basically, and you are stunned in this moment.
Is it attached to him?
No, it's kind of, I mean, it is, but not in a way that's grappling. Like it's,
But it's not like wrapped
So is it
around.
it's trying to wrap
5
around.
damage? Was there any
5
other?
damage. 5, nope. 5 poison damage. And your dexterity is reduced by
Oh, even more.
your dexterity is reduced by 4.
I was just trying to read something. Jesus Christ.
And then another one is going to reach out to Iolite. This one only gets 1 attack. That is a 14 to hit you.
Yeah.
You take 1 point of poison damage, and your dexterity is reduced by 4. You also, in that moment, sorry, but to both of you, this is what happens when it rolls a 4. Like it reaches out, like you go to almost like help. As you can see, Ayla is getting all like wrapped around. Another vine just kind of shoots out, and it gets you kind of like around the neck, and you can feel that burning, and then it's almost like your head is on fire, and you're just shaking and holding on to it, and you are stunned for this turn as well.
She's gonna kill us all. She's so used to.
This is
fighting
why I
Ark and
didn't want to go
Erdon.
after the child. It was not my problem.
You both are stunned. Like you can see them both. Like they're not able to like scream out or anything. They're just like locked in this like shaking fit, kind of, as the vines are wrapping around them.
But it is connected to them still.
It is connected to them, but not in a mechanically grappling way. And you can see the other vines are moving towards you. Let me just double check how fast they move. Yeah. They move about 5 feet in your direction, which for plants is extremely creepy to think about. But they're just like, in a 6-second period, they have moved 5 feet towards you, and actually, that will put them close to you. Nope, close to you. You said you were about 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And you. So they're going to try to attack both of you. Let me see how many they get. Alright, so 3 against you, Eldon. We've got a 13,
Miss.
a 16,
Hit.
okay, and a 21.
Balls.
You take 2 points of poison damage, and your dexterity is reduced by 2. Kethra, natural 1 and a 16. You take 1 point of poison damage.
Okay.
So you're gonna do your hit points.
My AC's 10 now.
Damage.
And your dexterity is reduced by 2. As they lash out, and again, not moving incredibly fast, but you can see it's almost like the entire ruin is like moving on its own. It's like a green sea of leaves and little things like sticking out from it. And as it's moving, you very quickly Who's got the highest here? He has Iolite. You notice, like, even in your shaking moment as you're staring, like, your eyes kind of look down, and you can see within the ruins, as the vines are moving, like, bones. Just, like, stuffed into corners of creatures that maybe were not lucky to get out of here.
Like us.
All right, we're at the top of the round. I'm sorry. As you two are stunned, but you are no longer stunned as you kind of like pull it off of yourselves at the end. Eldon.
They pulled it off. The things you just said, right?
I mean, they as much as they can.
All right. And are these things surrounding us, or is there a way to back away from these?
You can get out of here. Like, they're not surrounding you in such a way that like they've locked you in. It's just that you're in the ruins and it's like moving in on you. Not very fast.
All right. Eldon's gonna sheath his swords and grab his bow, and he's gonna shout to the others, "Back away before they cut us! Before the vines cut us off from escape!" And he's gonna start to back up, probably towards where you are, right? Aren't you
I think
back the way
I'm
we came,
furthest
kind
back,
of?
yeah.
So he'll start to back up slowly.
Okay. How far? You going your full movement away?
Yeah.
All right. The one is going to lash out to you. That's a 22, 1 to hit.
Yep.
You take 1 point of
You're
poison
supposed,
damage.
you're supposed to take it easy on those babies.
It's 1 point. 1 point of poison.
We're not supposed to be getting 20s to hit at this point.
You rolled badly. And your dexterity is reduced by 1. As you move out, and the vine like shoots out and then pulls back. All right, Eldon. Kethra.
I'm gonna try to move away as far back as I possibly can, and just basically just try to retreat as much as possible. She ain't a fighter. Sorry, guys. She ain't a fighter. Like that.
All right, so you are backing away back into like the brush and everything.
Trying to. So.
Wow. That's another natural one. As another,
so I guess I'm not going
like
nowhere.
you're shooting out, and you just kind of duck out of the way and
Kinda
continue
bobbing.
moving back.
Kind of bob and weave out of the way.
All right, Kai.
Again, Kai's gonna go for the large mass of vines and attempt
Okay.
to blast it.
Ooh.
He ain't rolling sand rolls.
Did you just shoot me in the back of the head by mistake?
No, you ran past me.
I would say this time, as you go to like gather that energy, you just kind of you're like standing there, and there's a little bit of panic. This isn't. You're not a well-trained soldier. The adrenaline that's rushing, like, yes, it's just. There's a moment where it's like these are just plants, but also like the pain on the eyes of your companions that you've just met, and then just like it almost looks like a nightmare of like a tidal wave of green that's kind of slowly but quickly moving in your direction. You go to like try to gather that energy, and it just like it's kind of like, and it just doesn't come.
I'm also gonna back up to match up with Kethra
Okay.
and Eldon.
All right. Okay, so it's 2 of you. As this continues, it only moves 5 feet in your direction, but the 2 of you are inside. Well, lucky. All right. We've got 1 on you. Sorry, 1 on you. That is a
Everything hits, yes.
12.
Everything hits.
Everything.
You reduced my dexterity so much that my AC is 10.
Oh, okay.
Everything hits.
No, it's a +2 to hit. I have several things I can roll.
Everything
You take 1
hits.
point of poison damage. Your dexterity is reduced by 1. Iolite. You feel as you're looking at Ayla, who's like, keeps getting hit with this. That is a 19 to hit.
Keeps
Cursing in a different language.
You take
Gotta throw the
you
chocolate.
take 1 poison damage, and your
Throw the
dexterity
chocolate
is
at it.
reduced by 1.
Is there a way to change your dex like in here when that happens?
Yeah, when you click on it and then just override score.
Okay. Thank you.
And it's moving in the direction of this group, the majority of it as it's gone, but then, you know, it does continue to just kind of try to envelop the two of you. And next up is going to be Iolite.
So I'm next to Ayla, and it is like all around us at this point? Or just mostly like in front
It's
of
like,
us?
it's all around you, but again, not in a way that's inhibiting your ability to get out.
Okay.
You can hear this like dry sound as it like is moving across the stone.
Just run. Just run. What if I attack and run?
I'm not sure how to change it on the phone.
Okay.
I don't think you can change it from the app. You have to be on the
Yeah,
website.
that's why I just wrote it in.
Gracious.
Yeah,
I
you can't modify things from
assume
the app.
my AC is nothing at this point. Okay. I want to.
I just tell it.
You're
still wrapped around
like not stunned, so you can speak now. Yeah.
If I run away, is it get an attack of opportunity anyway?
Probably.
All right. Well, I'm gonna attack it first, and then I'll
Okay.
run. Oh. Okay, Iolite's really struggling right now. And she's looking at Ayla, and she's looking at all these things, all these plants. She's like, okay, all right, okay. And then I'm gonna disengage and run
Okay.
30 feet away.
Okay, so you run like the way that you all were, like your group is kind of on one side, you all backed away, and because you had gone to another area, like you're backing out into the other side, basically. Not directly.
Are the vines like separating us a bit?
They're in the middle now, like you're on the edges, and there's vines all in the middle, yeah. Okay. So you pull back away from, it kind of like reaches in your direction, but then it's, you know, slowly coming in your direction. All right, anything else you want to do?
No.
All right, Ayla.
I am going to Misty Step as far away as I can.
This is 30 feet, right?
30 feet.
Okay. In the direction of Iolite?
Yes.
Okay. So you, like, disappear in this puff of, like, glittery smoke, mist that just kind of dissipates, and appear right where Iolite is on the other edge.
Out of the danger zone
Yes,
here?
on the edges of
Okay.
this beautiful ruin. You're safe. Well, you can see the vines are still heading in your direction. They're going so at 5 feet every 5 to 10 seconds. So you do need to, you know, as you are further and further away, it seems like it slows down. Perhaps not able to see where you are anymore on the edges. You notice that it just kind of settles, and then just begins to slowly move back over the ruins.
This is the ruins. Me and her are here. Are they like over here or over there?
I would say you're like approximately on the other edges, but it's not like you can't go around.
Okay.
You can go around it. It's just the ruin itself.
The ruin itself is where the plants are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you are out of initiative as you watch this.
Got fucked up.
Well, that sucked.
This game sucks.
Feels like session 1 all
First,
over again.
session 1 of the last time we like talked down a fucking dragon.
No, that was
That was
session
session
2.
was like-
That was session
Session 1, we all got our ass handed to us. One was in a tavern, the other of us were out in the woods getting our ass handed.
Oh right. I squished a dude's head. I had a good session 1.
That was at the end. The first few rolls, we all had one hell of a night.
So you all stand like catching your breath. You two feeling like complete shit. Like you, there are little burn like kind of marks around your neck, and you're still shaking, and not from. I mean, it could be the adrenaline a little bit too, but like you're shaking in general. Just like you can't control the way that you feel, and you don't feel great. So yeah, as you stand on either side of the ruins.
Kass!
Oi, humans! You okay over there? Oh wow, a little Scottish, them nuts. I'm playing the wrong character here. Damn it.
Boy. Yeah, we're okay. How are you guys?
I have seen better days.
Eldon's gonna like start to walk around that circle, the clearing, the circle, outside circle of the clearing, to try to head back so we can all regroup.
Okay.
What?
What?
Sitting there.
You guys don't. I swear I'm a dancer. I swear.
You do notice that, like, as you're kind of making your way around the sides, like, if you get too close, like 25-ish feet or so, you start to notice that the vines begin to move again in your direction, but then you kind of go back out on the edge.
Can I pick up like a fist-sized stone and just huck it like in a different direction? I just want to see if it's like tremors. That makes sense. You know what I mean? So I'm just going,
So you take a stone and like throw it. You hear the like clack as it hits the stone and falls down. It doesn't move towards that.
okay. Experiments.
All right.
Can I cast something right
Oh yeah.
now? Iolite's going to reach over to Ayla and put her hand on her shoulder and cast Healing Word.
Oh. I have that too.
It's symbolic. So that's 1d4 plus 2.
The prince we saw went into
6.
the
Kind
room.
of went around. Yeah, no, it went in,
Around.
but it like ran.
Can I keep following
I
the
need
edge that walks by them to see if I can pick
I
up the
was tough till
trail?
right now.
Like on the other side where, to see if she
Yeah.
had snake through at any point.
Sure. I will say make another survival check. As you've kind of temporarily lost the trail and are trying to pick it up.
7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, it's only an 8.
You start like going around the edge and spend probably, or are going, you start looking for it and are having trouble finding the trail again. You watch as Eldon is going around the edges, trying to see where Kass may have.
Call. Can anybody else see if there's a trail coming out the other side of this?
It's
the girl?
midday, right?
But it's still dark under the canopy.
But not like dark. It's
No,
just
but dark.
shaded dark.
Yeah, dark.
Fighting those
Jungle
vines
dark.
in the dark would be fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Part of me doesn't even want to let this thing live, even though it'll probably kill us, just because that one enemy that I let live in the very first session of the last campaign.
You're
came
like
back.
level 15. You look out the window and there's just a vine. Like
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like the end. They're like,
They're right behind it is a raccoon.
this is
no
gonna
way.
be, this fucking vine thing is gonna be the big bad.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Vine Tor.
So yeah, I'd call out if anybody else can see any.
I guess we'll take a look around for the child.
Okay.
Child's tracks. Oh.
She's getting
Was
devoured.
it survival
Mhm.
or perception?
Either one. I mean, depending on like
They're
what
both
you're
plus
trying
one.
to do.
Oh, I wish it was a perception.
I mean, it depends on how you're looking. I
I
can give
just
you
see
certain-
him still looking for this damn child, and I'm just going.
Okay.
Yes!
So the two of you together are looking. I'm gonna say it takes you about like 5 more minutes, and then finally you're able to catch up to, and see like a break that goes off into the woods, and you feel like you've got it again. But you've also spent more time than you would have liked.
So how much time has gone by overall?
It's been about 20 minutes.
Okay.
20.
Since she's
25.
gone missing, we weren't 20 minutes fighting the vines.
No. 20 minutes since you. Yeah. No. that's only a couple seconds fighting.
Yeah.
It was a rough couple of
It
seconds.
felt like a
Probably
day. It
longer.
felt like a full-on day.
Was it Eldon or
You're both together.
Isla that came
Yeah.
across? All right. We'll just let everybody
You like
else
bump
know.
heads, like, oh.
It's a cute meat. Or meat cute. I can't remember what they call it.
Did we share a spaghetti?
We'll call out to everybody else and wave them over.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's been about 25 minutes because you went a little bit slower, with the help of Nyx, but slower.
Sorry, the cat slowed you down. Sorry.
Cat got us where we are.
Yeah.
It's okay. And
Can't let us into a trap.
and Eldon's gonna very carefully start following that
Okay.
bit of prints as far as you can.
All right, I'm gonna have you. Actually, you know what? We'll say as you head off. You quickly look over your shoulder at that very beautiful, serene. It almost looks, when you turn back and look at it, your heart is thumping a little bit, but it's just so quiet in that ruin. It looks so inviting. People aren't going out into the jungle, so you don't feel. There's a little bit of a feeling like we should warn folks about this, but also nobody goes out here for a reason. There are no jungle cats to worry about, or monsters that rise up out of the ground or anything like that on Yamari Island, but you don't go out into the jungle.
Well, we do.
As you turn and look back at this just beautiful, quiet, unmoving, except for a little breeze that maybe comes through the vines, and
That's what I
continue.
should
It's
have
like the
Arrowhead,
whopping
so-
willow in Harry Potter, like a bird lands on the ruins. It's like.
You just kind of continue on hacking and following these trails of little child feet.